I think it says I'm live. Excellent condition. There we go. Yay! Hope you guys can hear me. Hey Jamie, hey Louise. Couple more clicks here, guys, and we will play the intro and get started. I think. Let's see. I am having a technical difficulty here, guys. Bear with me for just one more minute. We still have a minute before we're supposed to be live. Let's see. There we go. It's working. Yay! Okay. There we are. Yay. Okay, guys. Hi, Susan. Hi, Patty. I think it's working. Something's up with Streamlabs. I'm not sure if something I did. But anyway, if the subscriber alerts don't work, guys, I am so sorry. Hopefully, I can get it fixed. I think I accidentally logged in under the wrong one. Uh-oh. I think I may have erased my subscriber. I may have to redo it. So anyway, I will fix that later. Let's go ahead and play the intro and we will get started, guys. Okay, I forgot one thing. Let me grab that and I'll be right back. I apologize for that. I forgot something. You guys have been asking me for the stocking video and it went up earlier. This is the stocking that I did. And I'm just going to say ahead of time, and I said it in the video, guys, I am not set up for sewing tutorials because I don't have two cameras where I can capture two different views. So I had my overhead cam and I did the best I could and tried to show you guys everything. If you have any questions when you watch that video, if you're making the stocking, please just message me and ask me if you don't get a step, and I will explain it to you using the one that I've already made. Just so you know, it is the overhead view, and with my sewing machine up here and trying to do all that, it wasn't the best view on that video, but it will explain the steps and you should be able to get through it. Okay? So, but we did get it done. I did work on trying to get another camera view and it just wasn't possible. My camera that I have will not work on Wi-Fi, so that was my issue. So I just went ahead and did it the best I could with what I had. So tonight is Close to My Heart night, and I am using a mix of products because Close to My Heart is a partner with Cricut. So I do use some Cricut products sometimes, and sometimes I use Close to My Heart paper exclusively. And I have a dog under my feet, I apologize. And sometimes I just use some of the Close to My Heart products and Cricut products combined. And that's what we're doing tonight. So I am using this stamp set. This is the No Peekin' stamp set from Close to My Heart. It's D1898. There is a link down below for Close to My Heart if you want to get this stamp set. And I am using it on the tags. Now use whatever you want. Use your Cricut to write if you prefer, but if you want the stamps that I've used, you're going to need that. And I didn't stamp this. This was my mock-up. And on the photo, you can see that Louise helped me test and she did some, but I'm calling this the eraser box. This is like the old wedge erasers, the pink erasers we used to get. So that is what we are doing tonight. I'm just going to set my stamps off to the side until we're ready. I am using a couple of my Spectrum Noir markers, and I'll get more into that in just a little while. I'm using some art glitter glue and possibly a tape runner or some red line tape. I haven't decided yet because I am using this foil paper from Cricut. This is the classic sampler pack. Guys, I love this. Now, I love the black. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty paper. However, I don't like that it isn't double-sided, but most pattern paper is not double-sided. Some of it is, some of it isn't. So we just have to be careful in what we pick for our boxes. One of the boxes I am doing, this is the Mind's Eye paper, and the other box that I showed you, this one, is my Mind's Eye. So if you can find that on scrapbook.com, you have that. Here's another one, and we're using this tonight, and I'll show you why here in just a second. This is the Basil Buffalo Plaid, and it is solid on one side, and it is printed on the other. And then, of course, I used a little bit of craft paper, and I am using the Cricut foil acetate for my windows. I didn't pull the whole package out here, I just had the sheet. So we're going to put together 2 of those tonight, and we'll also cover a couple of tips and tricks in Design Space. So I've got these cut, but let's go over to Design Space and cover a little bit there for anybody that might be new. And as always, if you have any questions, put them in caps and ask, and the moderators will help you. And if we can't, if you don't understand what they're telling you, we'll show you on screen. So just ask your Design Space questions. Yes, Louise, it is for my puppy. Her name is Orchid. So this is the box. This is the file design. You can get it out of one sheet of paper, with the exception of your window. If you want to cut your decorative piece here out of a different paper, you'll just need a scrap for that, or you can cut it out of the same paper. In Design Space, a lot of people have been asking about sharing, how they share their projects in the URL. Because when we do these, I give out the number and tell you guys, like this one is file number 190455798. Now, if you're a patron supporter or a Ko-fi supporter, this is a free file, but I did put it on the exclusive tab for you guys. But a lot of people are just going into Design Space and trying to plug that number in like they do an image number with a hashtag and pull it up. There's the link if anybody needs it. You can't do that. There's no way for it to pull it up that way. You have to have the full link. And there are a couple of ways about doing that. You can click on the link below in the video description that I have. If you're a patron or Ko-fi supporter, you know you can just click the buttons over on the site, craftingwithapril.com, and pull that up. But you can go in, and I'm just going to pull up a whole new Cricut Design Space here. You can go in and go to a new project. Oops. We're shopping now. I don't want to shop. I want Cricut Design Space. You can go into a new project right down here. And I'm just going to say maybe later. And if you click at the top, you see it says, it has the link at the top, but it says the word new. And I covered this in the last video, but I still had questions. This is where you take out the word new and you put in that Design Space number. So that number was, I'm just going to copy and paste. If you were putting in the number, you would, of course, type that number in. Oops, let me get rid of that page. I opened up too many. So here I am. I'm taking out the word new, and I'm just going to put in that number right there behind it. And I hit enter, and it's going to open up that file. You have to be in Design Space on the web, using the web browser, to do that. And I might be wrong, Jamie, correct me if I am. You can also get your URL if you are on mobile using the Cricut app. I am about to try it. I think on the download you can too, but I'm double checking it just to show it to you guys, just in case. So I'm going to come in here to new project, and we're going to go to, oops, I want my projects, not new projects. I'm going to pull up this design and I'm going to click on edit. And this is where you have to insert a photo. This is the way that you share your files. And you can share your files if you have not uploaded any images to your design. Once you upload to the design, you cannot share them. Now, to get the URL, you can do this. You can make it visible to others or not visible. This makes it visible in the Cricut community, so if somebody's looking in the Cricut community, it will be there. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to add a photo. And let's just go to my downloads. I'm just going to pick a photo here. It's not the best photo, but it will work. I'm just going to select that photo. And you have to take one in landscape, and that's going to put it up here in the right direction. This one was taken in landscape mode. So once you've done that, you have to select the photo. You want to leave it visible to others. You can do your tags. This is a paper craft. Any others that you want to add on, you can do that as well. And then you want to put your description. And I'm just going to say this is a treat box. And oops. And then I'm going to save it. Now, this is where I can share it to Facebook or to Pinterest or however I want to do that. And when I click on Facebook, it's going to open up and it's going to want me to log in, etc., etc. So That's the way that you share it. It's going to give you the URL to share, okay, once you do that. Now, if you're on mobile, there is the little round, the circle arrow. Maybe it will do it here too. I'm just going to click here. It's just giving me Facebook and Pinterest on here. But on mobile, it has copy URL. Am I correct, Jamie? It's only on the mobile where you get the copy URL. That will give you the same thing, the same URL that you're getting here. But if you're doing it from the download app, those are your options, is to, covered it up, is to share it on Facebook or Pinterest. Let me see if it'll let me log in on here. I've been having a Facebook login issue. Let me pull this over here so I can log in, guys. Well, I said I was going to. Didn't want to move. Now I have too many. Okay, not going to let me. When I move the window over there to protect my password and my login, then it vanishes. It is not going to allow me to do it. It doesn't like me. So, with that being said, it also destroyed my page. Guys, give me just a second. I have to pull you back up. I can't see chat. It closed my YouTube page, but I think you guys can still hear me because I have my OBS up, but I have no chat. Yay, y'all are back. So I can't show that to you. I wish I could show it to you, but it's not letting me show you. But on the app, if you try it from mobile, your iPad or your mobile iPad or your phones, you can click and get a URL. Yeah, you have to be signed into the app. You have to be signed in. Okay, thanks, Jamie. I'm back now. I have you guys. I have the chat back now. When I slid my window over there, it killed my YouTube page. So let's go back over and put our box together. So that was just a little bit of info, a little tip for Design Space for you guys. We will be live again on Saturday. Let me pull that calendar up so I can see. We'll be live at 12 p.m. on Saturday. And that's Eastern time, so lunchtime, noon. And we are going to probably be working with some infusible inks and our aluminum sheets. I haven't decided yet. There's another craft that I want to do that I haven't done yet. So I'm debating on which one to do. We may do both. We'll see. But on the box, I am just folding on all the score lines. Now, I'm doing 2 of these tonight to show you guys the difference. This is white on the inside because Louise and I ran into this yesterday. So you may run into it as well. Just folding on all these scores. Folding them all away from me with my pretty side facing me. And it should look something like that. Then I have my acetate here, and make sure that you're peeling the plastic backing off your foil acetate if you're using that, guys. Now this is not foil to foil, so I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit right around my little acetate window here. And I'm just going to pop it right down over the window. Doesn't have to be exact center and all of that good stuff. You'll be fine. And then I have this inner piece, and that is just so you can cover up the ends of your acetate by getting this on the box, and that will help hold your acetate down, so when you put items in and out of the box that they won't catch on that acetate and pull it loose and mess up your box. So we're just going to place that little cover over it. Doesn't have to be centered because it's cut larger, so it won't show through on the other side. Okay. Save your pieces that are cut out of the box and out of that piece to make your tags. Now on this one, because of the type material it was, I did cut another piece out of the silver paper just to make it pretty. And if you're stamping on this type paper instead of the back of it, you will need StazOn ink. Okay, StazOn is for plastics and things like that, so that it won't rub right off. Okay, so that it will stay on that. I don't know if you guys can see it for reflection, but that way you can stamp on it and it won't, because you can't use regular stamp ink on those. So when you go to fold this up, it's going to look kind of strange, okay? And I'm not sure about this foil to this paper, so I am going to be using some red line tape. Don't pay attention to my glitter and sequins stuck to it, because sometimes our glue won't penetrate these coatings on these papers, so we have to use a strong adhesive tape so our box won't pop apart. I thought I had my small snips over here, but I'm a little close to my heart paint scissors, but I don't see them. I probably covered them up. I have a mountain of stuff behind me. So I am just putting some red line tape on this. And we're just going to peel off the red liner. And then we're going to fold this piece over. I know it looks kind of weird because it's not going to be, you're not doing center, so it comes up kind of weird. I'm just going to actually try to get this. This is the corner I'm going to start with right here. I'm just going to kind of fold this piece back to give me a guide. And you don't want to stick it yet. That's the thing about tape. You don't have any adjustment. Don't. Okay. Just going to pull it in the best I can, guys. I'm a little bit off, but you get the idea. You're going to pull that down. I'm going to have to pull that apart, and hopefully it won't rip the inside of the box. Press that down. And then you can choose. There is an end that has 2 slits in the lid right here. That is the open end. And then you have the end that does not. If you want to glue those, you can. And Louise and I discovered that it stayed pretty much closed without. So if you don't want to glue that end, you don't have to. But that is the end, if you're going to glue, that you would glue. And then this end will just fold in. And it's done. Now if you want to put a tag on it, yeah, the score is off on this one. Just a little bit. Well, the score is not off. I'm off right here, causing it not to fold properly. And you'll see on the other one it does fine. So I would need to glue that. I'm going to have to move my score on this one because I messed up. Just gonna change it up a little bit. And I'll put my red line tape on this one later. There we go. You want that to sit flush. So gluing does help. And if you use the tape like I just did and it messes up, just change that score a little bit just so you're not bowed. But that's why I've got bowing on both ends. So there's that one. And here's my tag, and I just punched a hole in it. Now you can go into the file and cut a hole in those two pieces in the box in the center if you want, or you can just punch it. And we're basically going to do the same thing to this one. Just going to peel off the plastic liner. Just going to use some art glitter glue. Just let it sit right there on there. Oops, I lost my page again. Here we are. I think. Well, guys, I can't see chat. YouTube keeps disappearing on me. Let me try it again. I apologize. I'm going to give that a second to set. Anyway, I was going to answer questions while that was drying. My YouTube page keeps crashing. Of course, that's our new YouTube beta. And I have chat back. It's just really weird. And now I'm going to do the same on this as we did the last one. Okay. Again, it's just so that whatever you put in the box doesn't snag the ends of that acetate and pull it off. And we're just going to fold on all the score lines. Guys, I am a hot mess here. I can't even find my bone folder. You would not believe the number of projects I've had going at one time and the mountain of things on my island. I cannot even see my island. You, of course, want to use your bone folder and press this down. Give it a good seam. And the reason that I wanted to show you guys using this, even though it's printed on one side, if you look at the edges, this is, you don't see any white. This is a solid core. And I'm going to show you that other box so that you can see the difference in what I mean by that. And I missed my score line. This stuff is really heavy duty, guys. I had to cut this on watercolor paper twice. This is their, I think they're 110, maybe 120 pound. Which I like for boxes. Even small boxes I like. So we've got all of our folds, and nope, got one more. I mean, seriously, I have no bone folder. It has to be on my island somewhere where I was working. Just want to get a good crease on those. Okay. And now I'm just going to glue this tab here. And we're just going to bring that in. And you have a little bit of, with glue, you have more of a work area. And you're just going to pull that tab. You can see how that tab folds right over the end. You want to keep it flush with that corner and bring that down. And I'm just getting my fingers in there to get a good slide on it. And maybe off a little bit here. Just making sure that it's stuck inside. I know I had that here. I am just not with it today, guys. There we go. And again, you're just going to fold in. This is the cut end. Got two little ticks there that didn't cut. And that's going to hold that closed. Now if you want to glue, I am gluing these. This is my glue in. There's no cuts in that. So I'm just putting the glue on those tabs and on that one. We're just going to tuck it in. And if you have your bone folder, run it down in there and press those down. I'm just going to use my pokey tool to go in and push them. And my scissors don't have the reach I want. Of course, this is pretty stiff cardstock, so it's just make sure you got them pressed down. I finally got them. So I got a good press on there. And then if you want to add a tag, you're going to need to punch a hole in your lid. And I'm just going to punch mine right there. And then I haven't decided, I think I want to do my tag like this. So I'm going to, these are the pieces that came out of the cuts when I cut it. And you can put a border on that one or not. You don't have to like I did. I didn't do it on this, but there is one in the file. You can put the trim on there or not. Okay? Totally up to you. Didn't grab that fast, did it? My art glitter glue is grabbing faster than normal on this paper. Get a good press. And then once you have these glued together, then you'll want to do your punching of your hole for these. I'm going to do it on this end. Here, this end. Because I'm a little bit off. So once you have your holes punched, then you're going to take your twine or your ribbon, whatever you're using, and I just fold mine in half. This is just a piece I have. I'm not going to use all this. And I just do it that way. I'm going to stamp it too. What am I going to stamp? I think I'm going to stamp this one. I'm going to use my black Close to My Heart ink. I'm going to stamp both sides. And you can do your to or from on here. I'm just going to put do not open till December 25th. And then I think I'm going to do the Merry Christmas on this side. And that stamp pad is Z2805 if you guys don't have yours yet. And a stamp, there we go. And I've already been stamping, so I have my stamp cleaner on my pad already. And then I'm just going to give myself enough of a knot so that I can, oops, that's a little too high. I know that's too high. That's probably too low, but we'll see. That one may be too short to reach, but I'm going to try it. Just going to knot into the hole. And then we're just going to slip the tag right through the loop and tighten it down. And then you can close that box right up. Just like so. How cute is that? Guys, I think that would even hold like a pair of socks if you're doing like a pair of socks or a tie. It's all sorts of things. Okay, where did I get the box design from, Jan? I made it. I made the design in Design Space. The paper this was from Joann's. This paper was. This is the Cricut foil, but don't pay attention to my twisty because my tape stuck on that one before I could get it shaped correctly. Well, these are great too, Linda, because you can stack these boxes like on, if you're doing businesses or if you're selling, you can stack these on a table and you can intertwine them so that you have a lot of stacking space. So those of you who are doing craft fairs and stuff, they'll fit in against each other, so it gives you plenty of room and doesn't take up a whole lot of space. And you can do them up in layers. Oh, thanks, Pat. I'm just catching up on chat, guys. All of you guys who are traveling, Pat, Gerald, all of you guys, be safe. Enjoy your holidays. But yeah, I think a pair of socks would go in this cute, really easily. Now I want to go back and say one more thing on that file, guys. You have 2 boxes are in this file right here. This is no window and this is window. So you can cut these either way you want. So if you don't want that window in there, you could put these together super, super quick. You would have to add a tag because you're not going to get the tag out of the window use. So in the file, this one's going to give you your tag just by using what comes out of this piece and what comes out of this piece is going to make your tag. And out of this piece and this piece, you have an extra piece actually, one out of here. This piece and this piece gives you your tag. And then this one you would have to add a tag to the file. I just try to use the pieces that come out of here so I'm not wasting pieces. And they're perfect for the tags. How cute is that? You could even do like a little rivet if you wanted to in there and have it slide open and closed. How cute would that be instead of doing this? You could use a brad and just have it twist open and closed on your window. Okay, does anybody have any other questions? I need to close up my glue. Oh, I was going to show you guys the white edge. There we go. This paper versus this paper, as you can see, I didn't color it all. I wanted you to see how this has a white edge on it. And those sometimes show when we fold our boxes. There it is. Like here, you can see this white edge. I used a pen and colored these, and that's where I use my markers at, is I go in and do the edges. I'll show you on this black and white box so that you can see. But you're just going to take and go around your white edge with the color of your choice, usually the color of your background, and make sure you do it from the back side, because if you slip like that, it's going to go over there. But I've got a frame for this one, so it's going to be okay. But you can go, well, that's not going to be okay. But that's why you go from the back side and not the front, because it will slip on you. I'll just throw a tag or a flower right there on that one. Tons of things you can do with this, guys. You can do your little poinsettias, do little rolled flowers on these boxes. They would be super cute. Any holiday. Any holiday. Oh, I'm sorry. It didn't transition, or I didn't transition. Let me go through and show you again. When you're, I'll just use this. I did it right here. I slipped and it did that. But on here, you can see this white edge right here. And that's because this is not a solid core paper. This paper is solid core, so you don't have that on the edge. When you cut it, and you can tell by looking at your papers when you buy them too, you can see if it has a white edge. But this one is red on the back, which tells me that the printing's on the front and it's solid core. I'm looking at the side and there's no white edge. This is a different paper because I was using that. But you can see here on this paper, I'm just going to... This is white core. See where I ripped this, you can see that it's white on the inside. So that's going to show. So what I do on projects where I don't want that to show is I just get my marker. And this is the front. So I want to do this from the back. And I'll show you why on that other. And you just want to color the edges. And your pen will slip. You see that? So that's why you want to go from the back. So you're not marking up the front of your design. Because this isn't going to be seen. It's going to be glued to something. And then when I lay that on this paper, you can see there's no white edge. Whereas right here on the box, you can see there's a white edge. Let me show you the difference. If I color this on the edge of the box, you want to be careful on your box, especially with your lids that are going to open, so that you don't let your pen slip. So now when I close that box, it has a more finished look on the edges. There's no white edge there. Makes a big, big, big difference. There's that. Let me give you close up. There's colored and there's not colored. You see that white edge? So take your time and look at those kind of things when you're choosing your paper. And like, I really like this paper, so I'm going to use it. But do your windows before you put your acetate in there. Color around that window, like so. Color around. Do it from the back, because if it slips, you're going to mess up. But again, you can put a flower here. By the time that I put my frame on here, so I can put just a, I can cover that one, but that one I can't cover, so I'll just put a flower or something on there. Okay? So those are options for you guys. Yeah, it kind of looks invisible when you cover the edges. There's Miss Sheila in there. I see Sheila. So paper makes a difference. Like this one, it cracked when I folded it. So I just took my pen and went along the edge. And you want to get as close to the color of your paper as you can. And where it cracked, on the and showed those white edges, I just covered them. And it will, once it dries, it's a little prominent right now, but once it dries, I already did this edge, it doesn't show as long as you get close to your card color. Yeah, little poinsettia Sue. I'm going to use this box. I just have to move my score line. This was my mock-up, one of my mock-ups. Louise was helping me test, and I had my scores in the wrong place, so I just got to go through and fix my score lines. This one I twisted with tape, so I'm going to take it apart carefully and redo that. So... what am I going to do with the boxes that I make, Linda? I teach you guys how to do this, and some I use, some I don't, but I will use these for like gifts for my hairdresser, my nail tech, things like that. I'll put little candies, or like for my nail tech, I might put in a bottle of nail polish or some vinyl decals that she can use for her customers, you know, things like that. Something that she would like, a gift card, and just put little candies in them, because they're super cute. Oops, I lost the bottom one. But you could put several things in there. I've got 3 of those Ferrero Rochers in there right now. 4. And I still have room to put some stuff. So... like I said, I know it'll hold a tie and some socks. Maybe even still hold a candy with the socks in there. But just something fun shaped for the holidays. But you can do that with Mother's Day, birthdays. This box is year-round, guys, not just Christmas. This is a year-round box. It just happens to be the holidays, so we're using holiday paper. Yes, chocolate's always a hit, so everybody loves chocolate. Alright, guys, I appreciate you joining me tonight. I will see you on Saturday. Again, Saturday, I think we're going to be using some infusible inks and engraving. So have your makers and engravers and all of that stuff ready to go. And your infusible inks. Oh, yes, Sue Fudge. Cookies. You could do all sorts of things with these little boxes. Just make sure you put them in your little cellophane baggies if you're doing cookies, and your food bags, and sticking them in there. And that's what I'm doing for most of my gifts this year. I'm baking. Yes, a teacher's gift. That's super cute idea, Sue, since it's eraser shaped. What did they call that? A wedge? I'm not sure. Pink eraser wedge or something. It had a name. But I thank you, all my Patreons, my moderators, my Ko-fi supporters. Thank you so much. This file is in the video description. It's also on the exclusive tab if you are a supporter, so that it's easily accessible for you guys. Y'all have a great day, and I will see, or evening, and I will see you on Saturday. Thanks for joining me.